I want to say thank you for inviting me, Lily, and reaching out. I actually just moved to Maui a month and a half ago. I am the education program manager for the Hawaiʻi Nature Center, but I've been working on Oahu in Mikiki Valley for the past 5 years. And I just transferred over to take over the Huliau site, and I am super excited about it. I'll start off with a little bit about myself because I didn't start or always have an appreciation towards the environment or nature. I grew up in LA in a concrete jungle, and my priorities or interests did not have to do with being in nature. But when I was about 15, my family moved to Hawaii, and I was extremely sad and depressed. And I didn't have any siblings to help me through this process. And so what I did was I found myself in nature a lot, and actually surfing and hiking. And I found peace with being outside. And it changed my whole paradigm of what I valued and what I wanted to do with my life. And so initially I thought that I wanted to go to college for advertising or digital arts. But ever since I moved to Hawaii, I was like, oh my gosh, the environment is awesome. And what are we doing to protect it? And concepts like climate change and conservation, I didn't even learn until I was in college. And so it's really great that we hear these things at a really early age now. I'm teaching about climate change to kids and about greenhouse gases to students that are 7 or 8 years old, which is phenomenal. It's super great. And so I went to school for environmental studies instead of advertising or digital arts. Actually I started with sciences, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm really bad at science and math. And so I transferred over to studies so I can read and write more and do anthropology instead of chemistry. And when I got back to Hawaii after graduating, I was 22 and I was having a lot of fun, but I was wondering, okay, what can I do to give back to our community? And so I started volunteering with different organizations. And one organization I found was the Hawaiʻi Nature Center. And I actually volunteered with them as a docent for about a year before a position opened up. And then I became a part-time educator and then a program coordinator. And then eventually, if you stick around long enough, they'll give you the manager position. And now that's where I'm at. No, but I love what I do. The Hawaiʻi Nature Center, what we do is we do environmental education, and primarily with students or children from ages 3 to about sixth grade. So pre-K through 6th grade. And so we work with the DOE and we provide science field trips for them. As a lot of people have been mentioning, and it's been hard during COVID. And so we've done some virtual field trips, but it's just not the same being out in the field with the kids and immersing yourself in these different environments. And so during the school year, we'll do field trips with schools, and then during breaks, we'll do our nature adventure camps or during intersessions. And this is a lot of fun because our school programs are already developed and tried and proven. But the winter break or spring break camps, we have a lot of freedom and creativity with the educators of what themes we'd like to focus on. So for instance, during the winter, we had a week on pollination, and we had a week on, what was it? I can't even remember. Was it climate change? There's so many themes. Maybe it was water. Anyways, coming up, we have a theme on renewable energy. And so it's week-long themes where we really dive into what those, I guess, overall, whatever those themes have to deal with. But what else? Let's see. Why I do what I do is because I love being outdoors. I mean, that's the first part, is that I love working outdoors and being in all these different types of environments, right? Hawaii has all these different types of ecosystems, from volcanoes to coral reefs and everything in between. And so it's really nice to be able to explore. And nature has so much to teach us. And I feel like I'm learning every single day from these experiences. I also like teaching. I like teaching kids because they're super inspirational. They're not tainted from, as you grow older, right? You start to have your biases about certain things in life, and these kids are very open and free and very honest about what is going on and how they are, what they're experiencing and how that makes them feel. And so I found it's very inspiring for me as an adult to see them experience what we're going through and then feed off of their energy. And so I can come back after working with them and be encouraged to work on new projects or just be encouraged about the world in general, because a lot of the issues that we do work with in conservation or environmental education, yeah, we heard it before, is a lot of doom and gloom. And so we have to come out of it being like, okay, what kind of positive impacts can we make on a day-to-day basis? And it's important to know that you can make these impacts as an executive director for an organization, but you can also make really good impacts as a third grader too, right? As a second grader, and everybody has choices to make. And so just empowering the students to know that they have choices that make a positive impact in their community and in the world is something that I inspire to do, and I inspire other people to do as well. And it's inspiring for me. So that is a big reason why I do what I do. And protecting our environment, everything that we need to survive comes from nature. So like, why should we not be focusing on it? As simple as that. Volunteer opportunities or how you can work for the Hawaii Nature Center. I am a staff of 1 right now at the Nature Center. And that's probably because of COVID. But volunteer opportunities are plenty. You can become a volunteer docent, which is what I did, and learn programs to teach to students. You can also become a volunteer or a junior leader and help during our NAC programs, assisting until you feel like you're ready to take over more of a leadership role. And then also we have Irene, who is a great, she's just a really great asset for our organization, and she volunteers every Tuesday. But I think we're just going to start up another. We used to do, I think, every first Saturday on Maui, volunteer and do more like outplanting of native plants around the campus and things like that. Sorry, my slideshow didn't work, but I'm Taylor at hawaiinaturecenter.org is where you can reach me. Thank you for Lily again for inviting me, and it's really nice to be a part of this forum and hear like-minded people and be inspired by everybody's work. So I appreciate it.